A long, long time ago, the world was a very different place. People had turned away from God. They were unkind, dishonest, and lived only for themselves, even when it meant hurting others. But in the midst of all that darkness, there was one man who stood out. His name was Noah. Noah loved God. He prayed, he helped others, and he lived with kindness and honesty, even though no one else around him did. While the rest of the world ignored God, Noah listened and obeyed. One day, God looked at the world, and his heart was filled with sadness. People had become so wicked, so cruel, that God decided it was time to start over. But he didn't want to erase everything. He saw Noah, and he had a plan. God spoke to Noah and said, "Build a big boat, a huge ark. I'm going to send a flood to wash the earth clean, but you and your family will be safe inside." Noah was surprised. There wasn't even water nearby, but still, he trusted God. God gave Noah clear instructions. Bring your wife, your sons, and their wives, and gather animals, 2 of every kind. Bring them into the ark. I will keep you safe. So Noah went to work. Day after day, he and his family worked tirelessly, building the ark exactly as God had told them. They sawed wood, hammered beams, and made space for the animals. People passing by would stop and laugh. "Hey, Noah, where's the ocean? Why are you building a boat in your backyard?" But Noah simply replied, "I'm doing what God told me. You'll see." Even when it didn't make sense, Noah obeyed. He trusted that God knew what he was doing. Then something amazing happened. From all directions, animals began arriving. 2 by 2 they came. Lions and elephants, birds and monkeys, even tiny bugs and butterflies. They all walked, hopped, or fluttered into the ark. When everyone was safely inside, God shut the door. And then the rain began. At first, just a few drops, then a steady fall, and then pouring. It rained and rained for 40 days and 40 nights, until the whole earth was covered in water. But inside the ark, Noah and his family were safe, just like God had promised. They cared for the animals, prayed together, and waited patiently, trusting that God would bring them through. Eventually, the rain stopped. The sky cleared. Slowly, the waters began to go down. The ark came to rest on top of a mountain. After many days, Noah sent out a dove. The first time, it came back with nothing, but the second time, it returned with a fresh green leaf in its beak. The earth was drying. Finally, God told Noah it was safe to come out. Noah opened the doors of the ark. Fresh air and warm sunlight poured in. The animals stepped out joyfully into a brand new world. Noah looked around at the clean earth, the bright sky, the beauty all around, and he gave thanks. He built an altar and worshiped God. And in that moment, God made a promise. "Never again will I flood the whole earth." And to seal that promise, he placed a beautiful rainbow in the sky. A sign of hope, a sign of his love. Noah trusted and obeyed God, even when it was hard, even when people laughed, even when he didn't understand. And because of that, God kept him safe. Sometimes we might not understand what God is doing in our lives. Sometimes what he asks of us may seem confusing or difficult. But if we trust him, he will guide us through every storm, just like he did for Noah. And the next time you see a rainbow, remember this: God keeps his promises, always.